It's alive. Hello, loves. Oops. Cherokee girl, Kiki eyes. And then it faded. Hang on. Come back, chat. Let me see who's talking to me. PE Island girl, Carrie Bishop. Cherokee girl, Kiki eyes. Hi, you guys. How's it going? If you saw the title, I'm just live because I can. I got nothing. I got nothing. What are you guys up to? I just finished putting together cabbage rolls for dinner. We were going to have pork chops. Then I realized that I needed to use the cabbage. Carrie, isn't it good to see PE Island girl? We haven't seen her in a while. I'm glad you're here. Guys, I got nothing. Truly. I don't even have a comedy routine. I got the cabbage. Hi, Pam. I got the cabbage rolls together and had finished most of my chores. Hi, Sammy Sparrow. You just made a huge pot of macaroni. Macaroni and cheese or macaroni with something else? Carrie, what are you saying? Trial smacking your head or shaking your head, whatever that means. Are you watching the Vallow trial? I haven't been able to get into it. And as you guys can probably tell from my demeanor, I'm live because I'm bored. It's sunny, but it's not like warm. There's a chill in the air, and I'm reluctant to get any planting done because I don't know, like, are we going to have another freeze or what? So this is a totally, like, probably going to be the most boring live stream ever known to humankind. I mean, I can show you the cabbage rolls, and then I can sit down and tell you how extremely bored I am. Carrie, is she representing herself? I saw that East Idaho News, and of course I figured they would, you know. I can't think of that young man's name, the reporter, but he's definitely been all up in this case ever since. Yep, she is. Hi, Susan. Susan, honey, it's a content free. I got nothing. I'm live because I'm bored. I couldn't even come up with a clever title. Liplocked Nomore is live because I can. Pam, you had snow flurries? Oh my word. Okay, PE Island girl, you're doing mac with hamburger, and then of course the chat faded. And pasta sauce, and you just call it macaroni there? Here in our, hi Angie's Life, welcome to a totally content-free live stream. I got nothing. We're talking about what we're making, like food-wise. Here in Arkansas, if you take macaroni and you take some seasoned hamburger meat, ground beef, or, and you add some tomato sauce and like maybe some onions and whatnot, here in Arkansas, they call that goulash, which obviously is not Hungarian goulash. It's not really goulash, which is not to be confused with goulashes. They're not the same thing. So I can show you the cabbage rolls. This is so exciting. I know that all of you were like, oh my gosh, I have been waiting with abated breath for days on end for Liplocked Nomore to go live. I really need for her to go live. I really need some real entertainment. I need some humor. I need a little music. I need a little salty, spicy bullshit. And you tune in and you're like, you just put together cabbage rolls? That's what you have for us? Yeah. This is the excitement of my life. I'm just saying. So, yeah. And I could go totally off the deep end and start playing with filters. I think I can do filters. Can I do filters? Well, I don't know, because there are all these commands and they're like really scary. I'm afraid if I touch one that like something really bizarre will happen. I don't know what it would be, but shit happens when you're live on YouTube. So, but just, this is my receipt. Sorry about the glare of the light. I almost always come with receipts. Clarifier, almost. Not clarifier, qualifier. Qualified with almost. So, at the risk of causing you more excitement than you can possibly withstand. Now, let me say that if you are on high blood pressure medication, if you have a heart problem, anything that total shock and amazement would like cause you any kind of problems whatsoever, you should probably avert your eyes right now, because these are the most exciting of all. Told you. Cabbage rolls. I wouldn't lie to you about a thing like that. Cabbage rolls and coffee. Good. John Candy. And I don't remember who else. Maybe Steve Martin. So if you guys aren't going to chat to me, I'm just going to have to go ahead and end the live stream because I have no content. I can tell you how excited I was when I went to Walmart last week and they had cloth napkins. I know. We are, after all, a kitchen cult. These kind of things are very important. We tend to limit our use of paper products. Although, yes, I keep paper towels and, of course, bathroom tissue, commonly referred to as toilet paper. We do keep those items here in our home, and we do use them. But I'm a bit of a tree hugger, and so I put a bit of effort into leaving as minimal of a carbon footprint on the face of the earth as I can. So We're cloth napkin users around here. This selection was quite limited, but I did find 3 varieties. And y'all's chat keeps fading so quickly. Dang hippies, I know, Sammy Sparrow. And you should be on my end of this when you have no content and you need to bounce off your chat and the freaking chat keeps fading like it just did. It just did. Just did it. Hi, Ramblin' Rome. So, at the risk of boring you even further than cabbage rolls, when I say the selection was quite limited, it was limited to only 3. And I'm thinking that earth tones must be the trend right now in home decor, because the one I already showed you, which is my favorite. I got 4 of each, by the way. Beige. And white. Sammy Sparrow, I embrace my inner hippie as well. Do you have an inner punk? Do you mean punk like wet behind the ears, snot-nosed kid kind of punk? Or do you mean like punk music, like grunge kind of stuff? Hi, Cheryl. Well, I've been missing you. It's good to, in air quotes, see you. Hi, baby kisses. You're going to take us outside with you? Okay. Thank you. And Carrie, thank you for dropping the link for Sammy Sparrow. Anyway, so it was beige, white. So I would have preferred something, you guys know me and my Fiesta wear, I would have preferred something with a little zip. Cherokee Girl, that's a really good idea. Go to the men's department and buy bandanas. You know what? There was a time that actually I kept I totally forgot. Thank you for reminding me. This was a long, long time ago. But like for summer outdoor, like picnicking or cooking out, I had multicolored bandanas. They all wore out who knows how long ago. So long ago, I can't remember. Now look, I saw something. Ramblin', your kitchen goal is my Fiesta wear. Hang on, let me see if I can, I'm getting adventuresome here. I'm touching the screen and you guys know how scared it gets me, but I want to see, Pam Fogel was saying something about an ultrasound. Pam Fogel, you go to get ultrasound tomorrow for your leg to see if the arteries and veins are blocked. At 3:30 you go. Okay, honey. I'm going to be keeping you in my thoughts and my prayers, sending good vibes your way, honey. Hang in there. Baby kisses. Oh, yeah. Oh, baby kisses. Yeah. We would tie them together to make a halter top. You're welcome, Pam. And as you see, there are prayer hands and hearts going up for you right now in the chat. So cool. If we have nothing else today, we have that we want to think good thoughts and send good vibes. And if you're the type to pray, if you're not, that's cool. No problem at all. But if you are the praying type, Pam Fogel in our chat is having an ultrasound on her leg. She's been having some problems. And I don't want to talk too much about it because it's not mine to tell. But she's been having some problems, obviously. And so medical professionals are doing their best to figure out what the heck's going on. Baby kisses, it would be scary. Hi, Christy's Place. Welcome. It's good to have you. We got a nothing live stream, honey. This is a total nothing burger over here today. I did the morning chores, as always. You guys know I get up early. Thank you, Carrie, for the beautiful display. Y'all know I get up early of a morning, as we say here in Arkansas. And I have a routine when it comes to animal care, especially when it's 17 cats and a rescue dog. All rescues, you guys know that. They don't care what mood I'm in. They don't care that the time has changed, you know, the spring forward business. They don't care if I don't feel good. They care that their schedule is met and kept when it comes to feeding and grooming, and if anybody needs any special care, which right now nobody does, and it's been a while since we've had anybody be hurt or be sick or anything like that. But I did my routine, and a little lighthouse work, not watched, but listened to some YouTube while I was doing those things. And after I got the cabbage rolls put together, I was looking at my notifications. And so the actual reasons I'm live right now is because of Holler Girl and a couple of others on my community post last night, which was very tongue-in-cheek. Hi, Real Rockin' Robin. Hello, sweetheart. Okay, I made a community post that was just text that is something like, whilst I'm sitting here in the daybed, suffering the slings and that. Now I'm not quoting myself. I'm just giving you the mood of the thing. Okay. As a matter of fact, let me set the stage a little bit more. Hi, Runs with Scissors. I was watching a live stream, Burnt Toast, and I love the channel Burnt Toast. She calls out lolcows. And she's very, very, very funny to me. She tickles my funny bone, okay? And I couldn't say, or maybe I could have, but I felt that because I'm on probation for a community guidelines strike from YouTube till the 25th of May, I felt like I needed to rein it in, and so I did. And there were things I wanted to say in that chat, and I was like, no, you're on probation, you're on probation. So instead, I went over to our community tab and I made this little post about, whilst I'm sitting here wallowing in the misery of enduring the slings and arrows of being on probation for a community guidelines strike on YouTube, I can think of no other way to assuage, if that's actually a word. I don't even know. I'm just saying it, okay, because it sounded good, or it's in my head. It didn't come out the way I was really thinking it. Nonetheless, so the community post is the only way I can think of to handle my extreme emotional state is to eat some chocolate cream pie. Well, evidently Holler Girl and a couple of other of you kids missed out on that. In March, I got this thing from YouTube that says, Dun, 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 dun. You're on probation. And I thought, why? And so they let me know. You've been reported to us, or our robots, because you said Jody Sue Brown has filthy fingernails and a greasy head. And I used the word heathen. Yes, I used the word heathen. Well, I guess some of you kids, including our wonderful, delightful holler girl, missed out in March. Where were you? Not watching me, evidently. Or you would have known. Yes, I can go live. I have been going live every single day that I feel I have absolutely no content. I'm fucking going live. And Holler Girl's like, in the comment underneath, she's like, does this mean you can't go live until May the 25th? No. You've been... It's a 90-day probation. Now, I've been on a 90-day probation once before. As a matter of fact, not a probation. I was on a 90-day, you're barred from this joint. You can't even come in here and drink St. Pauli Girl for 90 days at the American Legion. Why? Because I beat the shit out of a girl. I know. And then I had the audacity to call the sergeant at arms and say, you're going to want to issue a barring for me in the morning, because guess what? I was the sergeant at arms of the American Legion Auxiliary at the time. I could have barred myself. But I contacted the sergeant at arms of the actual Legion, and I said, you're going to have to bar me in the morning for at least the minimum of 90 days. And Wally said, why? And I said, because I just beat the crap out of KJ. And he was like, why would you do that? And I said, because I just didn't like the way she was. I was not pleased with her and her behavior. More than that, I wasn't pleased with the words that were coming out of her mouth towards my favorite bartender. I told her to be quiet. She wouldn't be quiet. She wouldn't respect my authority as the sergeant at arms of the American Legion Auxiliary. So therefore, I reached across the table. I grabbed her by the goozle. I dragged her across it. I dragged her. Okay, I did not drug her. I dragged her across the table, and when we landed on the floor, I was on top of her, and so I tried to choke her out. And he was like, why are you calling me and admitting this? And I'm like, because you're going to find out anyway, and then you're going to want my side of the story anyway. I just thought I'd tell you right up front, I'm guilty. So for 90 days, it was easy for me to not go to the American Legion and drink a St. Pauli Girl after work in the afternoon and fulfill my duties with my authority as the sergeant at arms of the American Legion Auxiliary. That was not hard to do because I was fucking barred. It's like, you can't even come in here. Okay, YouTube doesn't do it like that. When they put you on probation, you can still come on here. And I think they do it on purpose, just to see if I'm going to fuck up. Like, let's test her. Let's let her go ahead and go live. Let's let her go ahead and make video uploads. Let's even let her keep her community tab, her monetization, and her members. Let her keep all of that. Okay? But let's see if before May 25th, if she has the self-control that the robots at YouTube really need to refrain from saying things like filthy fingernail, greasy-haired heathen. Oh, fuck, I just said it. Okay, but I didn't say a name. I've been working, I've been digging in the dirt. Right now, hang on, let me see. Let me look. There's some dirt here somewhere. So, okay, right here, see? Filthy fingernailed. Heathen. I'm a filthy fingernailed heathen. I was talking about myself, YouTube. Anyway, I want to apologize for the misunderstanding to all my subs and viewers, listeners as well. Even someone who's never been in here, but now that it's just occurred to me, I want to address this. I was in Queen Bee's chat earlier today when suddenly and out of nowhere, well, probably on a keyboard, to be honest, a username I've never seen before enters the chat room. The username is no, comma, your, Y-O-U-R, the problem. No, comma, you're the problem. Okay. First off, no, you're the problem with your fucking sock account over in Queen Bee's chat. If you hear this or see it, okay, it would be no, comma, Y-O-U apostrophe R-E, the problem. No, you are the problem, not no, you're what? Your is a possessive third person fucking pronoun. So indeed, no, you're the problem. No, you are the problem. Not when you come into Queen Bee's chat and you make one comment and it says lipstick. We have you making remarks about so-and-so in ABs. I almost pissed my pants, Carrie. I was so fucking terrified because here's this, no, you're the problem. First of all, calling me lipstick. Now, I know they're talking to me because I know I made some comments about that person and that person. And I know, oh my God, I know. I know. Okay, but now listen. I can rationalize and I can justify with the best of them, but I'm not through with no, you're the problem, which is obviously an alt account. Chicken shit, coward motherfucker. So I replied. It was really hard for me to do because I was so fucking scared because I'm thinking, oh my God, I put chat in a public chat box on a live stream on a worldwide public social media platform, and they have it. Now, why would I say they, the plural? Because their chat said, we have. We. What's the matter? No, you're the problem. You can't operate like solo. not Hans. You can't operate solo like I do. You got to have a team. We have it. Oh my fucking God, it must have been when I was a mod for AB. What? You can't say it ain't so. Joe. Yes. And I put a chat, and now they have it. What am I to do? What else could I do except respond in the live chat? And I'm sure they have it. They must have it because they have the other one. And if they have that one, who knows how much they have. So surely they have my response in this morning's live chat on Queen Bee when I said to know you're the problem. Oh my God. Laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji. I always do 5. I don't know why. Sometimes I do 3. I lied, okay? There were 5 laughing emojis. And then I asked the hard question. Should I report myself to the chat box police? Period. Also, comma, if you're going to address me, use my real fucking name, you bitch. It's locked. No more. Cocksucker. Not lipstick. Even though your name should have been spelled YOU''RE, you fucking nitwit. I did not correct in the chat. I could have shamed you shamelessly, ruthlessly, aimlessly, and endlessly. I know I'm in the mood for adverbs right now. Last night I was in the mood for words, and if you noticed in last night's community tab chat, wasn't a chat, it was a post. I get my YouTube terms confused. Sometimes I'm old. I didn't say I was using words such as. I said I was feeling words such as. And I lied. I was not feeling dejected. I was not feeling depressed, sad, alone, or on probation. I was merely feeling agitated that I couldn't say what I wanted to say in that chat. And so instead I ate chocolate pie. I have a receipt. As you can see, very sadly, I know it's a heartbreaking situation for us all, that your fearless non-cult leader was in such a state of mind. I can't even tell you what time, but probably before 10 o'clock of the evening, I was thinking words so, that I had no option but to eat chocolate pie. I hope you all can forgive me. Thank you. Now, what else can I blather on about? How long have we been on here? 34 minutes, oh my word. Sammy Sparrow. Yes, Sammy Sparrow is very much like a cookie cutter dipped in like sparkly sugar, very sparkly. So, guys, I got, what else have I, Oh, let's see if I have memberships to give away. Want to? We can do that. Okay, the day bed is not made. I don't want to hear it. I told you guys I had not finished my chores. Be as judgmental as you like, just not here. Do like other people do. Go into somebody else's live chat and tell them how Liplocked Nomore was live streaming and the fucking daybed was not made. That's how you do things here on YouTube. I'm just so you guys know. Okay, now let me, yes, it is a complicated fucking system. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but they were, yeah, it is. It's a view your channel. I am going to view my channel. And we're going to find out if, let's see, let me find a place to sit you down. I'm pretty sure I should have some free memberships to give away. We're not going to be in here that long, so I'm not going to bother turning on more lights. We're just going to be in here for a few minutes. Let me see. Waiting for it to pop up. My computer is always acting weird and a little slow. Okay, let's see. I do have to put these back on for that. Let me see. We do, kiddos. I've got 10 memberships to give away. And I always give away all 10 on the same day because I even tend to forget that I have them. So let's spin the roulette wheel for the first 5 and see who gets them. Angie's Life, Runs with Scissors, The Real Rockin' Robin, Pink Rose, and Tammy T. Welcome to Baby Dolls, to all 5 of you. Of course, some of you kids, Angie's Life, Real Rockin' Robin, Runs with Scissors. Some of you kids have been around here a long time, so it's not like you're welcome babies. Now, you guys know, but just as a reminder, just in case there's one person that doesn't, I'm not choosing who gets them. I just get to click the button to give them away, okay? So you're welcome. You're welcome. But just know that it doesn't cost me a penny. They're absolutely free. It's a promotional gimmick from YouTube, and I like to take advantage of it. I don't like to take advantage of many of their gimmicks, but I do like taking advantage of this one. So it's, and the membership will last for 1 month. It will automatically expire. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to cancel it or anything like that. It's just, you'll get an email telling you that you were gifted a membership. And then about a month from now, you're welcome, Real Rockin' Robin. About a month from now, you should get an email telling you that your gifted membership with Liplocked Nomore is about to expire and asking you if you want to renew. And if you can and you want to, hey, that'll make me. Carrie Bishop, 9 months. Are we going to have a baby? Y'all, Carrie Bishop and I are going to have a baby. She's been a member for 9 months. Yeah, Runs with Scissors, chocolate pie. So anyway, if you want to continue the membership and like pay for it, that would be totally awesome because I like getting your money. But if not, I love you and I'm always glad you're here anyway because I don't do much that is really worth paying for. to be honest. So, all right. So let's spin this roulette wheel one more time and see who gets the other 5. Here we go. Okay. We got Super Sensible with Sage, Gymnastics 101, Cash, and Carla Barnes. Kiki Ice, I was hoping you would get one, baby. Maybe the next time. Oh, Tina, Super Sensible with Sage, who is a Sage Sleuth. You may know her better by that name. Tina, Gymnastics 101, Cash, and Carla Barnes. Cash got a membership, Carrie. Oh, for fuck's sake, what are we going to do now? Maybe he won't find out. Maybe, Carrie, maybe in the United Kingdom, they don't get an email telling them that they were gifted a membership. Okay, shh, everybody. If you go into live chats where Cash is, or if you go over to his channel, maybe he won't find out. So anyway, yeah, Kiki, because you're almost always here. See, and I don't know how, I have no idea the formula, for lack of a better word, that YouTube uses to determine who's going to get the memberships. I've actually heard of people receiving memberships to channels that they have never viewed nor subscribed to. One would think that YouTube would select like a frequent viewer, a frequent chatter, a frequent commenter, that somehow that would feed into their formula that, oh, well, here's a person, Kiki Eyes, that is over at Liplocked Nomore more often than not, you know, but so I don't know. Hi, my Rich, and many blessings to you, love, many blessings. You don't remember him, sure? Okay, yeah. Now listen, to clarify, because I know there's, seems like in the YouTube land, there will be at least one person that thinks when someone like me is on here joking around that they actually mean what they're saying. So I want to make it clear. I adore and respect Cash. He makes me laugh. And when he and I meet up in other chat rooms, he always greets me. Well, I shouldn't say always, because there might be one time he didn't, okay? But for the most part, he always greets me as crazy cat dog lady. And I love him. You know what I mean, love. So anywho, okay, so we gave away the 10 memberships and we need a reading. It seems like there was something else, no content wise, that I had in my head earlier, but whatever it was isn't coming to me. Yeah, Carrie, I think he's very funny, which is why we thought he was a troll at first. Well, I shouldn't say we. I don't have a mouse in my pocket. When I say we, I'm talking about myself and the mods, but we have it. When Cash first began frequenting both of my channels, I honestly at first thought that he was a troll, not the well, and he kind of is, but not the nasty kind. You know, not the one from Monty Python that wants to ask you if you know the square root of some kind of a triangle. Because his chat the humor in his chat, at first you're kind of like, or I was like, oh, are you friend or foe? Of course, you guys know we don't tend to block over here. So even the people that I wish would come into chat that are people that I don't like, I sometimes wish they would come in anyway so that I could have a chat with them. So, all right. Getting the most out of life. And anthology, I'm sorry I keep repositioning you guys here. Trying to settle in now that we're near the end. Getting the Most Out of Life, an anthology published by Reader's Digest in 1946. I'm thumbing through. Chat amongst yourselves. Okay, let's see what this has to offer. A few paragraphs contributed by J.B. Griswold in the American Magazine, titled The Art of Evasion. As always, this is a cold reading, so I don't know what we're about to get here. The Art of Evasion. An actress was testifying in New York in a suit for damages, and the cross-examiner plotted to discredit all her testimony by proving that she consistently lied about her age. She was 52, but posed as being about 40. She didn't want to lie under oath. How old are you? The cross-examiner asked. I don't know, she said promptly. What? You don't know? No, I have never had a birth certificate. I have never looked up the record of my birth. But, miss, the cross-examiner protested suavely. Surely your parents told you how old you are. When did they say you were born? That, said the actress firmly, is hearsay evidence, and I am sure you would not ask that it be admitted. But, the cross-examiner sputtered. The actress turned to the judge. Am I right or am I wrong, Your Honor? And the judge grinned and said, you are correct. The Art of Evasion, J.B. Griswold from the American Magazine. I've never had a birth certificate. I've never checked into my birth records. And if I told you what my parents told me, it would be hearsay, which is not admissible in court. Correct? Correct. Okay, babies. Let me sing you out of here. Oops. It disconnected me for a minute. Am I back? Can somebody in chat let me know? I mean, I'm about to end it anyway, but I just got a thing that said, okay. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Cheryl, you got mater plants going? Y'all, I want to look at your chat a little bit. I started with a pretty good charge. Let's go have a smoke. Let me look at your chat for just a few minutes, and then I'll sing you out and get on with cabbage rolls. If I can see your chat out here. No, not really. Dang nabbit. Okay, let's see. Tell you what, I really appreciate the good judges overseeing some very difficult. Oh, baby, it's going. I can't. Okay, it's not because it's like blurry or something. It's like the sun, I guess, makes my screen dim down or something, so it's so dim I can't really see it. That was one of the city workers. They're out with the big truck today with the big arm thing that comes over and picks up limbs and that sort of thing. And I had quite the pile, which they took away earlier today. And he was blowing the big horn at me. I'm trying to see if I could just get... Baby Kisses, you have neuropathy in your feet. I don't know what neuropathy is. What is that, honey? What is neuropathy? Or maybe it could, or if you don't want to, numbness. What causes that, honey? Do they know what causes it? Like your feet are asleep? Is it all the time? Diabetic. Oh, baby. Babies, I can't see your names, but I can make out the chat because it's a different color. Somebody has arthritis in their toes and it's awful at times. Oh my. I'm blessed. I had the blood tests for osteo as well as rheumatic or rheumatoid, not rheumatic. And I don't have not a single, I have no arthritis. Fibromyalgia, about whooped you, Cheryl, honey, I think it's Cheryl Mahaffey. I don't want to say the wrong name with the wrong thing. I had a friend when Bob and I were very, very active in the motorcycle club. One of the other ladies in the club had fibromyalgia, and it was back when, this is probably 20 years ago or more, when fibromyalgia was, according to her, now I don't know, and y'all know I'm not a doctor, I don't have any medical experience at all, other than my own personal issues. But she couldn't get any relief because it's like they were telling her that fibromyalgia wasn't real. Like you're not really hurting, you just think that you do, kind of thing. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I've lost touch with her. So I don't know whatever happened with her situation. So I'm thinking now maybe fibromyalgia is an actual diagnosis, and those of you that deal with that issue aren't putting up with that silliness. Your chat is faded again. Baby, it sounds like you have arthritis everywhere. Carrie, scoliosis, fibromyalgia. Babies, aren't we a bundle? Y'all know how I have remitting, relapsing multiple sclerosis. And for the most part, one would never know. I don't come on live if I'm relapsing. And over the 3.5 years we've been on the platform, the app, I've tried to remind people from time to time, because I'm not the type to seek sympathy or attention because of my condition. But I've tried to let people know or remind from time to time that if you don't see me live for a while, it's likely because I'm not feeling so hot. And I don't like to come on live when I'm in a bad mood or don't feel good, because this channel is to give you babies someplace to go that's a little bit different. And so thank you. Boy, I almost got emotional there. Sorry. And thank all of you that you're comfortable enough to share with others your struggles. That's why I remind myself and try to remember every time I'm live to remind you guys. We don't ever know what kind of a day somebody's having. And one might say, well, if they're having that bad of a day, what are they doing on YouTube in a live chat? Maybe that's their way of getting away from it for a little while, getting their mind on something else for a little while, finding a soft place to land for a little while. And when I'm live, I like for this to be a soft place for every one of you to land, because I have no idea what kind of day you're having. You may have lost a loved one in the last 24 hours. You may have been diagnosed with something serious. Someone you know and love may be hurting or in trouble. Maybe you're in trouble. So maybe people come into live chats at certain times when things aren't so good in their real life, just to get away from it for a little while. So there's that. But it went out. I have not been keeping up with any of the business that I touched on the other day that most of you guys are aware of, the Marlena Crawford business. I mean, I hear it like I watch Michelle After Dark, and that's about as much information as I get on that situation because so okay. I need to sing you guys out of here. And the song that keeps going through my head, I'm just going to do one verse. Sorry for swinging you around. I had a kitty right inside the door, and I had to make sure that he didn't try to, not that they do bolt, but you never know when one might try to sneak by. I've never sung this song, and I don't know if I can, but it's the song that I used yesterday in one of the shorts on behalf of Summer Moon Utah Wells, who has been missing from 110 Ben Hill Road since the 15th of June of 2021. Summer has blonde hair and blue eyes. She was 5 at the time of her disappearance on the 15th of June of 2021. She was last reported wearing a pink shirt, gray pants. She was most likely barefooted. Her birth date, February the 6th, I beg your pardon, February the 4th, 2016. No officially reported scars or birthmarks. I don't address height and weight because if Summer is still alive, she won't look anything like she did in the pictures that we have all become so familiar with. So, if you or anybody you know knows anything credible, the key word credible, 1-800-TBI-FIND. She's out there somewhere. My AI guy, not AI, I'm sorry, my IT guy, the last time he was here servicing my computer, he asked me, have they found that little girl yet? The one that you talk about? I said, no. Nobody seems to know where she is or what happened to her. And he looked at me as serious as can be. And he said, Miss Susan, Google knows where she is. I said, what do you mean Google knows where she is? What do you mean? He said, Google knows everything. We just don't know how to ask it. She's out there somewhere. And on this channel, we will not cease speaking of her or on her behalf until she is rescued or recovered, or until I am dead and or rendered incapable of speech. In the twilight below, I see her. Blue eyes crying in the rain. When we kissed goodbye and parted, I knew we'd never meet again. Love is like a dying ember, and only memories remain. Still, from now until forever, blue eyes crying in the rain. Babies, don't forget to use your superpower. It's called kindness. It doesn't cost you anything, and it's not going to hurt you one single bit to share a friendly smile or a kind word, not only to those who love you and that you love, but on the occasion to a complete and total stranger. While always remembering, don't ever let anybody abuse it. And they will if they can. All right, now, you need to get out of my kitchen because I got cabbage rolls to put in the oven. I love you all. Thanks for showing up for another no content live stream. Now get the fuck out of my kitchen. I got shit to do. Behave yourselves. Yeah, right. So here we go. Love is like a dying ember, and only memories remain. And I'm making up these words. So from now until forever, blue eyes crying in the rain. I love you. Catch you on the flip-flop.